Went from Mr. 305, Dade County, to Mr. Worldwide, all around the world. And now, we're international, so international, international, so international. You can't catch me, boy. I'm overseas at about 100 G's for show. Don't test me, boy, cause I rap with the best for show.
I'm greatly honored to have been invited to this gathering of supportive talents who have had the initiative to invite me to say a few words about enterprising, micro-enterprise and income-generating activity generally. Much as I'm here, again, people should know what are my names and where I come from. I'm Edward Mubiru. I'm coming from Sema Properties and working as Assistant General Manager stroke Marketing Manager in the company which is dealing in property development. We are found on Martin Road, Road 44 to 45. I would like to thank the organizer who saw it fit for me to come and probably discuss a few things and talk about a subject which is not well understood by many, but which I will endeavor to talk about and see that people understand the subject itself. Now, I was asked to talk about income generating activities. Income generating activity is derived from something which we call micro-enterprise. Micro-enterprise means a business which is small in its own entity. And this micro-enterprise, as you have been hearing, belongs to something which we call SME. SME stands for small micro-enterprise. These are enterprises which are started by individuals, by small groups, in order to earn a living, in order to start an income-generating activities. Well, when we look at the income-generating activities, I've told you it is something that belongs to a micro-enterprise, and someone to start an income-generating activity, one has to be enterprising. And one, in order to be enterprising, must have an entrepreneurship skill. And basically here, we are going to look at how someone starts an income generating activity by he himself or herself being an entrepreneur. Okay. Now, we would like to know what is an entrepreneur. You and me, we are looking at starting something which will benefit us when we look at income itself. So, in order to start something, we must have something which has an entrepreneurship skill. We must be well informed about entrepreneurship. So, I would like to explain what an entrepreneur is. An entrepreneur is an individual who organizes the factors of production that is used in the production process of an acceptable product or a service with an aim of making a profit. When we are looking at starting an income generating activity, we are looking at starting an activity which will bring profit, which will bring income, additional income to our family, to our institution, to our wherever we belong. And when I look at the gathering here, I look at parents who have got kids here, who have got talents. The parents need to have an extra income generating activity on top of their salary, on top of other earning activity which they have. So this has also to be passed to their small one, to know from the very onset that they must start an income generating activity in order to survive. Most of these children are coming from schools, others from primary, others from secondary, and so forth. These have to survive. They will not ask for everything from their parents, but they must start something that will see them through by having an income on their own. So, the entrepreneur is an innovator. This innovator combines the methods of production with the ability to produce either a product or a service. For you, when you go in an income generating activity, you are either going to produce a service or a product. So we should also look at the characteristics of an entrepreneur. These are very important for you people to start developing these characteristics among yourself. No, so an entrepreneur is expected to have some of the following characteristics, which are very important. First and foremost, he has to be an innovative and have a responsibility for the business. If you are going to start something, you must be innovative. You must start something which other people have not started. You must be at least a little bit better than the rest, and you will be responsible for that business which you are going to start. Then must be deeply involved in the work of the business for the profit maximization. If you are going to be involved in an activity of which is going to produce income, you yourself, you must be involved in the work, and your motive will be to to maximize the profit. And also you must always be optimistic. When you start a small undertaking, or whether big or small, you must always think it must succeed. Therefore you must be optimistic. And again, you should sacrifice the resources for the startup capital. When you are going to start up something, you must have accumulated some small capital. It may either collapse, you may lose it, or you may add more. So you must always be able to sacrifice. Must have the desire for achievements under a moderate risk. If you are going to start something, you must know that there are options for failure, there are options to make a loss, there are options to make a profit, but you must always concentrate on making a profit. Okay? You must also be able to organize work and people involved in your small business. You yourself, you must be organized, and you have the duty to organize the others you are going to work with for the benefit to for the business to survive. You must also be aggressive. In that way, you must see opportunities before other people see them. You must always be able to persevere. There are so many problems involved in the business. Don't simply give up so easily. You must be able to persevere in most cases. So, what are the roles of an entrepreneur? I've told you an entrepreneur is someone who organizes factors of production. You, when you are going to start an income generating activity, you are the one for everything. You are going to organize all those factors of production to make sure that you start up a project. So, the roles of an entrepreneur are: the entrepreneur introduces the business idea. You are the one who introduces the business idea. Okay? Not anyone else. The business idea must also be something specific, must be special, not the ordinary one, something that has credential. Then you must be able to transform the business idea into a business venture. Don't simply stop at having so many ideas and you think you are okay. Transform the idea into the venture itself by implementing your ideas. Okay? Then those ideas which you have produced into something, then you must also start the service itself. Introduce the service of which you want to put to the people. Then you must also introduce the method of production. If you are going to produce something, how different are you going to produce it different from the others? Yours must be a special way, not like others, so that it surpasses the rest. Then you have to organize and manage the enterprise on a daily basis. It is not a telephone business. You know, you must be involved in the business itself. Where your hand doesn't reach, that's not a business, which means your presence is always necessary. Then you must also draw down plans on which you work, on which you operate. You see, and you also monitor those plans whether they are towards your achievement. You know. Then how do you hatch the idea? You want to do something. How do you hatch that idea? All people, including every one of us here, have ideas. We all have ideas, but not all ideas are business ideas. This one you must understand. Not all ideas are business ideas. A business idea is an economically perceived environmental situation that is normally interpreted into an economical activity. That you must understand. The ability to perceive a given environment and interpret it for an economical venture is an indication of an entrepreneur ability and equality and being strength. So an entrepreneur must see chances, use the chances, involve those chances into an activity whereby it will produce an activity which will produce money. Okay. Again, an entrepreneur must have strengths which depends on a number of factors, some of which include an entrepreneur must have strengths. If you are going to start a small business, you must have strengths, and your strengths must be derived from these kind of factors. You must have technical background. At least a technical background on what you are going to do is very important. You should have a business and a business experience. Have some bit of experience. Okay? And again, we need to have also a good background of education. That education will make you be able to survive in your business. You must also be creative, business-minded, and business-oriented. Also, age-wise, it is also very important. When you start a business, when you are age like me, then I have a problem for you. You need to start a business when you are still young, because at my age, there are certain things you may not do, which a young man will do, and business does not wait. Entrepreneurship is not with every person, but can be developed with time, depending on the business opportunity prevailing at the material time. You know, the source of business idea, which are these sources? Let us look at them. There are many ways and sources through which business ideas can be generated. This can be as a result of the following. Where do we get the ideas to generate? Where do we get ideas which we can generate into a business? These are some of the sources. One may have a business experience, okay, an experience to carry out business. One may have personal background which leads him to do something. Our personal background also do a lot in determining what we can do. We need also to have professional contacts. You need to attach yourself to certain people who are well known into ABCD. You must also be able to read newspapers and magazines. This is where people get ideas. We are looking at where people get ideas in order to formulate a business, in order to make a business. Don't simply wake up one morning and say, I've got 3 million, then I start a business. No, that's not how it starts. You must have gathered information, looked at ABCD, okay? You must also be able to network with people. Business people network with people. Network means working with other people, sourcing information from them, looking at left and right, seeing what they do, so that probably you can do it. You also need to attend seminars and workshops. Some of us have got the business we are doing. We got them, the ideas we got them from workshops, from seminars. People see them as time wasting, but it's very important to go to those seminars. For example, when you go to woman shows, you know them around October, people get ideas. You will see how people make ABCD. From there, you will hatch up an idea and start something. Okay? Traveling and exposure also to new geographical areas. You may be in an area where things are rotting, not knowing where they are having a market. When you reach a place where people are in demand of such things, then it will be easier for you to start that kind of business. Okay? Listening to radio and also watching TV also helps people to get ideas on how to start a business and which business they should start. Sharing information is also very important in business starting. Okay. Selecting a business idea also when we look at that. It's very important to have all ideas spelled out when written down on paper. When you are going to start a business, it cannot be a single business you want to start. Have a number of businesses put down on a paper. This will enable you to test for a strong, viable, competitive business idea. You see, don't simply have one idea and say that is okay. You must compare and contrast. Have so many business ideas on your table. Write them down and then you see which is the best of them. One way to test a business idea is by examining its strengths, its weakness, opportunity which may arrive out, And also threats. What are the threats on that business? So let us look at the strengths and weakness. Okay. Strengths are factors that will positively impact contribution to the success of the business, while the weakness will negatively affect the business performance. When you look at so many businesses you want to start, then you also look at the weakness of each business, and also you look at the strength of each business. Then you draw conclusion which will be the best business to start with. These factors both originate from within the business and the entrepreneur. The weakness, they may start from within or outside. Examples of factors contributing to strength. When you have chosen a business, look at the strength itself. What may be the strength in the business you are trying to come up with? Technical skills is one of them. Do you have the technical skills? Will the people you are going to use, will they have technical skills to carry out your business idea? You must also have knowledge and experience in a specific line of business. All the people you are going to use, they should have this kind of experience in that type of business. Sometimes you may have family support. You are going to start a business, there's a family support. The family are going to assist you either in managing of that business, or in giving you some capital, or by giving you some other support. It is also very important to look at. Then capital itself. You have to look at the capital. How much capital am I going to use? And what are the sources of that capital? Where am I going to get it? And if I am going to borrow from the bank, how long will it take me to settle, to pay back? And by the time I pay back, shall I have a residue? There are people who start a business, borrow money, and then by the time they finish paying the loans, they have nothing. You wonder why they went in such a venture. Okay. Opportunities and threats. When we look at the opportunities and threats for your business which you are going to start, opportunities and threats are external factors that may not be controllable by an individual. Opportunities are possible avenue which an individual can utilize to come up with a business venture. Let us look at opportunities maybe as examples. When you are going to start a business, what are the opportunities which may be there? You may see there may be new developments in the area. I can give an example here. There is this is the southern bypass, or the southern bypass to Entebbe Airport. If you go where that road has been demarcated, where they have started working on, people are now getting blocks along. People have started building kiosks to sell mandazi, to sell food for the workers who are there. People are taking advantage because of new developments in that area. We need always to take opportunities where there are new development. Where you are, do you see any new development where you can probably start a business by using such? Then improvement of infrastructure in an area. Still, I will bring the road. If there are no roads in your area, then the road is constructed. Then those people who will be passing along that road, there are chances of selling things to them. Then you need to involve yourself, whether you can supply, whether you can grow the food, whether you can do ABCD. That is for the old people, but for the younger one, they can also make use of the roads, these roads which are coming up. Then change of environment, political, social, culture. When politics go bad and you are starting a business, you must also take into account, and especially when you are borrowing money, when the politics of the country is getting worse, and then you are borrowing money, the future is not foreseeable, then you're in problems. Then also change in technology. When you look at the changes in technology, you may be doing something, but that thing or whatever, that business may not have a future. I can give you an example. When you look at the computer and you look at the software, we started with were they tapes? I don't know. Now we have got what we may call a flash. We have had discs are being phased away. If you are going to make a business of producing discs, then you must know that your business does not have a future. flashes are taking over. Then there are also other new measures which are coming up. So when you are doing a business, when you are starting a business, you must know that technology should not overtake whatever you are doing. Change in people's life, styles and behavior. Also, when you are starting a business, you must know the type of people you are dealing with and what are their future likes and dislikes. Certain things change, certain things don't change. I've been telling people in our earlier days, there was something which they used to call posho. Posho was being eaten in the prison by Askai, I'm sorry to say so. It was a food which was not enjoyable. But when you look at the situation now, when you go to the university, it is posho. Higher institution of learning is posho. In our homes, it is posho. Why? People are becoming more advanced, but posho has remained a very stable food for us. So also changes in people's lives is also very important. etc. and etc. and etc. When you look at the threats are usually external factors that are likely to affect negatively the success of the business idea. Negatively. In most cases, threats are not easy to eliminate and can happen unexpectedly. Some of these include to your business. These are the threats, external threats. When there are political instability, remember your business cannot thrive. That is an external threat to every business. And you must also understand that insurance don't cover businesses when there are wars, when there is such things which are terrible. Also inflation, when it hits everyone, it hits every business. You cannot do much about inflation. That is an external factor. Rising taxation, the government may say it is raising taxation on certain things, then it will be very difficult. When accidents also come in, it will be very difficult. Environmental factors, it will be very difficult. Competition, when competition comes in, my dear friend, competition is a very strong external factor for every business. You may not tell where competition will be, but we always survive when we are strong. By considering these factors, one can be able to select an idea that is best. By selecting an idea which is best, it means you are selecting an income generating which has gone through all these kind of purifications. You go to also an income generating activity which is suitable. You have found among those you have looked at, you have found one which is suitable. And also you pick that one, you find it is viable. Okay? And also that one which is affordable. Many of us have gone for activities, businesses which are not affordable. Which are not affordable to us who are starting the business. It may be very expensive to start, or it's not affordable to the people who are going to consume the consumable which we are going to produce. So go for something that is at a lower rate. Is it workable? Is your project workable? Is your business which you are going to start, is it workable? So look at it. If it is workable, then continue with it. Then a business must have the possibility of being a success. If the business does not look to be successful, if the cons and pros don't balance, when you look at something, you say, maybe it will succeed, maybe. For you who is starting the business, you are not also very sure whether it will succeed. Please don't start that business. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, probably, I will only call upon some questions here and there where possible. What we have been looking at is how to start an income generating activity for us to survive. Everyone needs to survive. A child needs to survive. Okay? The youth need to survive because they don't have to depend always on their parents. They need to be enterprising. Now I see so many youth here with talents, and those who have talents, I think they will not find this world very complicated because they have chosen a path. Talent is more or less an income generating activity. When you have got a talent in something, you have to turn it into an income generating activity. And gentlemen, the youth, the parents, the the children around, I feel income generating activity is a very favorable issue to look at when you still have time. There's a time when you look at this thing and you wish you had done something. For you, the youth, it's not too late. It's the time to start thinking of what to do. You develop your talent, that is also a possibility of an income generating activity. You are becoming an entrepreneur. You are becoming an enterprising person by choosing something that will be something for you in the future. I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, the youth, the parents, and all for having listened to me. Thanks a lot.